think that's untrue.
I think it is true that you're weak. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Josh is mean.
So tell me, everyone, isn't like the AM PM schedule on a clock easier to understand than what do they call it, military time?
I guess.
What do they call that?
We in America call it military time, but it's literally the way people use the clock in other parts of the world. It's not us.
Yeah, no, they see that's stupid because like trying to memorize 24 is hard. So
But
that makes it harder. I'd rather memorize 12 twice than memorize 24.
It's not memorizing anything, Josh. It's just doing
Yeah,
math.
so when I look at the clock and I see 4, I know it's either 4 in the morning or 4 at night.
But if you see 4 and you see 16, you know one is 4 in the morning, the other is 4 in the afternoon.
No, because then
I'd
have to learn to associate 16, which is past 12, so that's a lot of numbers. I'd have to now associate 16 with 4 like at nighttime.
You don't have to memorize it directly. You can just be like, "Oh, it's 16. How many times do I have to count to go from 12 to 16?"
Yeah, but that's still counting past 12, and that's just so many numbers I'd have to
But
learn.
you already know them, Josh.
No,
That's the thing.
12
You can count to probably a couple hundred if you really wanted to. You already know the number.
No, 12 twice is easier than 24.
Okay.
This is a simple argument.
I won't deny that it's simpler because you are looking at less numbers. There's less that your things have to do. But
Yeah.
okay. You can have your argument. Sure, it's simpler. Okay. Just because I use the 24-hour clock doesn't mean anything. I just do it.
Yeah, but you're the one taking more offense to this.
It's because you're, like, attacking me with it.
Okay.
Well, no. Ian attacked me with it first.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
You know how it goes.
Stop being so bullyable.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
That's a skill you have to learn, and somehow
really not.
Somehow you became a master at it.
Hey, I gotta be good at something, right? I guess.
You trained for years to become the bullied.
You know how it is.
Right?
That switch life.
I stare out the window as we roll down the dusty streets of Echo.
Oh shit! This is the Janice bit.
What?
We get that at every route. Very important.
No, we didn't get in Carl's. We were told about
Right.
it.
We
in
were.
Carl's.
Yeah. It still happened. We just weren't there for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did it really happen?
True. Facts.
Exactly. Honestly, it doesn't look much worse off than I left it. The road might be a little worse, but I assume that's because they hadn't done any maintenance since winter.
I'm regretting not letting him know we're coming. You know, you'll be lucky if he even gets his ass out of bed. We'll call him then. And what if he doesn't answer?
I miss these two.
It's been a minute, huh? We didn't see him at all since the lake. Well, no, we've seen them since the lake. They were here.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like Leo and Flynn get so little play outside of like
Their respective routes.
well, outside of like that and Jenna's.
And Jenna's, yeah. Because they both do stuff.
Yeah.
For better or for
And
worse.
Carl's
they do
route,
stuff.
you're stuck with Carl, and I'm like,
And Raven. Raven's there.
yeah.
And Jenna shows up.
But I'd rather that's John.
True.
We get to hang out with a
We get
cute
to hang out with
fox boy named John. He's a little intense, a little bit, but that's what makes
Does
him kind of-
everyone in Jenna's family's name start with a J?
Maybe.
Because, like, her brother's Jeremy. Her dad's name started with the J, too, didn't it?
I don't remember. People like to think that she's related to Cynthia somehow.
That could be fun.
Because they're both from the Messita tribe.
Okay, yeah. I could see that.
But we never find out. Cynthia, I don't think, ever says her last name. So I don't know.
We're waiting for the big tie-in. Smoke Room's not done yet. We'll
Well,
see. We'll see, right? Yeah.
There's already so many tie-ins. I don't see any point in like Samuel's in both games. Like,
it's for someone. That's what's important. It's
and in Route, well, not in Route, in Arches, Cameron hears a voice in his head.
okay.
And it's kind of like he says a couple like mean-spirited things
Okay.
towards Cameron.
Huh.
And it's like, is that supposed to be Samuel?
Does Samuel have a thing against coyotes?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just more like he was talking to, like, the voice was talking to Cameron in the same way that like Samuel's voice talked to Chase. Like that kind of tone.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Aaliyah doesn't say anything, instead focusing back on the road. TJ fills the silence after a while. Well, I don't think it's too weird. It's just like we're hanging out again. Nothing wrong with that.
Sure. But making it about Carl is just weird. Maybe if his birthday was like next week, 2 weeks tops.
Oh, hush, Flynn. It'll be like we're hanging out. You acting weird about it isn't going to help anything. The car starts slowing down, and I snap out of my daydreaming to look up, knowing that we definitely aren't at Carl's house yet. That's when I see a round canine figure standing further up the side of the road. She's standing in the dirt that separates the road and the field in front of a broken and rusted barbed wire fence.
I think that's Janice.
I look over at Leo, and he seems concerned, his brow furrowed as he carefully steers the car right next to the coyote. I can see why. She's crouched over, elbows on her knees. Okay, staring at the ground.
Roll down your window, Chase.
I do as he says, struggling a little to with the old crank handle.
Blessed. The hell is she doing out here?
We come to a stop next to the coyote, kicking up some dust.
I don't know. Hey!
Leo leans over me and smiles at Janice, who's still looking at the ground.
Everything all...
Leo's voice cuts off in a weird choking sound. I look at him, confused, then look back at the window, and I can't help myself, but I gasp. It was hard to tell from the angle, and all the dust kicking up by the van, but now I can see that Janice has her pants down around her thighs. I can also see everything else. I sit back quickly and avert my eyes, looking out the windshield instead.
What the fuck?
Oh god, Leo. Keep going. Jenna whispers it, her voice strained.
Oh, sorry,
Leo stops talking, and I chance a glance out the window again. Janice is looking at us now, and she's smiling. It's a weird smile because she isn't touching her eyes. It's unnerving. Leo stares back. Leo, go! I hiss out the side of my mouth, staring at the windshield again. He seems reluctant too, though, looking concerned.
Janice, do you need some help?
His tone is one you might use on a toddler or a crazy person. I don't hear her say anything, except maybe a grunt. Leo bravely keeps trying, though.
We can give you a ride.
Leo stops talking in time for me to hear a pattering sound. It's a sound I recognize well from back when I would take a piss on the dirt road of Echo, when no one was around. The van lurches forward, then resumes a smoother acceleration back onto the empty road.
Holy shit, what the fuck was that? I don't...
Leo's frowning, looks as confused as I've ever seen him.
Should I go back?
Yes. No! I look back to see TJ covering his face. Maybe. She could be having some kind of psychotic episode.
Or maybe she just had to piss. I don't think so. Did you see the way she looked at me?
She was probably just on something. Isn't everyone?
No, she doesn't do stuff like that.
Well, maybe she does. You never know with people. Again, Leo doesn't say anything, and neither does anyone else. I glance back at TJ, who's sitting in the very back seat with Jenna. He's got his ears down, looking into his lap where he's fidgeting with his hands. I know he's probably thinking the same thing I am, which is that we're supposed to be helping. We're supposed to help Janice with her spring cleaning or whatever.
It hadn't dawned on me that they are going to go help her.
Yeah.
And this does happen.
Yeah.
Those dots didn't connect in my mind until just right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be weird.
Just for Chase.
I guess so. Oh, yeah, I guess because TJ was like, oh no.
Yeah, TJ doesn't hold grudges.
My Christian eyeballs. He didn't see anything.
He didn't see anything.
It's fine.
I want to ask him about it, but the dead silent van is making me feel like now isn't the best time.
I fucking told you.
Leo stabs the doorbell again, frustrated etched across his face. Can you please keep the cursing down just a little bit?
Dang, Chase.
I can't help but notice that TJ wince at every F-bomb. He's been keeping his distance from Flynn, always standing on the opposite side of our little group. I shift the bag I'm carrying around my hands, trying to look through the frosted glass on the side of the door. Maybe he's getting high. He should still be able to hear. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to. TJ holds up his phone. He's not answering his phone either. Leo knocks on the door, his biceps bulging. Well, I guess breaking the door might get us inside. Leo stands back, paws on his waist, as he takes a deep breath. He's determined. And I guess he should be, considering he set all of this up.
We should have just told him to meet us at the diner or something. Do they lock their windows?
What? Leo growls.
It's not like we're breaking in.
We are.
Just a little bit.
TJ's ears pin back, a frown on his face. The wolf puts a paw on his forehead, closing his eyes.
Sorry, but I think he's just asleep, and it shouldn't be too hard to get in there, and wake him up.
I look over at the side of the house and see a window well. I point at it. What about that?
Too small.
I could probably fit. She hops off the front porch and crouches down next to the window, pushing on it. Wait, there's a security sticker here.
Well, you gotta arm it first, and Carl's such a lazy ass, I know he didn't. Besides, if we set it off, we can just run. It's not like they'll show up anytime soon.
Jenna hesitates, then pushes the window again, but it doesn't budge. Locked.
Let's try the one above it.
That's too high.
I'll boost you up.
I think this is going a bit too far. Leo ignores him, don't we all?
Good.
And stands next to the next to the window before making a platform for Jenna's foot with his paws. Steadying herself with her paws against the wall of the house, Leo easily lifts Jenna, and she manages to grab the ledge.
Fucking hell, this is so fucking stupid.
Flynn mutters next to me, but I ignore him. Jenna pushes against the window, and it and it glides open easily.
Yes. Now I'm gonna boost you all the way up. Hold on.
Careful. Like there's some kind of cheerleading duo. Leo shoves Jenna all the way up with one paw, and she disappears through the window. Her tail bush... Wait, bush tail is the last thing we see until she pokes her head back through. Kitchen. I fell in the sink.
Great. Now unlock the door.
She disappears again, and we make our way back to the front door.
Leo, you're fucking crazy. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, Flynn, I'll kick you right in your vag. Sound good? Jesus, calm your...
Leo turns on him, one foot in front of the other. Flynn shuts up. TJ's eyes are wide, even though he's staring down at the steps. I want to put my arm around him. Finally, we hear the door rattling, and it opens. Calling his friend, calling his name, but he didn't answer.
Well, he's got to be here. It's not like he can go anywhere, or would want to.
Carl's house is as massive and immaculate as I remember it. It is a mansion, after all. What a mansion!
What a Wow, deep pull.
The ultimate bioweapon.
Careful, you are almost a Jill sandwich.
Everyone loves Barry, right? I feel like that's like a universal
We love
constant.
Barry.
I feel like just everyone loves Barry.
Oh, absolutely. He's so good.
When is... You know what? We never should have had Ethan main a
No.
game again. We should
should've
have finally had Barry be the main character.
For real, could you imagine being Barry in RE8? Be great. Or
I
even
would.
RE7.
It would need to be in third person. I want to look at Barry.
That's true. We don't want to look at Ethan.
No,
He's some soy boy looking motherfucker.
I don't even want to look at Lady Whatever. If I could look at like Barry's ass, like the entire game, like
Only Barry.
Barry's a
pretty
good-looking guy.
He's pretty cool. I dig him.
Like obviously, like Leon is the best, right?
Oh, yeah.
We can just all agree on that.
Prettiest boy.
Barry is like clean second.
Yeah.
I don't think like anyone else. There's like those two power gap everyone else.
Yeah. And then, like, see, it's those two all the way at the top, and then there's a huge just like spatial gap, and then I guess Chris would be next.
There's got to be people better looking than Chris.
Wesker.
People like Jack, right?
Yeah.
From
yeah.
6.
People like Jack.
People like him. They don't love him.
There's
but
the side character from 5, who's I think he's Hispanic. I don't remember his name.
You mean 4?
Is it 4? Am I thinking? No, I'm thinking of 5. Yeah, it's 5 with Chris and Jill, right?
No, you have a no, you have a female partner in that game. I can't remember her name. You might be. Are you thinking of Lewis?
I might be
From
thinking.
4?
I might be thinking of Lewis. I don't remember.
He's a good-looking guy. He's number 3.
He's a fella. Yeah.
He's
He'd be
good.
number 3 for
He's
sure.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then below that we have the merchant.
You have the monster guy from 8.
Yeah, I think people like the guy from 0? The guy that's with oh god, what Rebecca. The guy that's with the prisoner guy that hangs out with you. Are you familiar with 0 like at all?
Roughly.
It's like Rebecca and the other guy.
I don't remember 0 very much. Like period. I just don't.
There's a male character in Code Veronica, right? They play as a little bit.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah. And you have that guy from 3 that I don't care about. Because,
That guy.
that guy, the soldier guy that like you play as for a bit. Because it's like, man, it's weird, but like, I'd rather a Jill than like the man in that game.
You've got the guy on the cover of Operation Raccoon City.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. No.
Everyone we can stack above Ethan, the better. Okay.
You know what? Facts. You know, we've never seen a hunk, but he's probably a hunk.
Yeah. Yeah. With a name like Hunk, you just can't not be a hunk.
Oh, he's, you know,
Is what it
he
is.
has that energy to him despite that.
Mhm.
And what's the buff military guy from 4. That's like Leon's rival.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember
Yeah.
his name though. Shit.
He's cool.
Yeah.
His boss fight is cool.
Maybe I could get 4 for VR.
Why would you want
Oculus.
to? It's a third-person game.
I know. It would be very spooky. 'Cause big
It's not
fish-
even a horror game.
I know, but
It's a Leon
okay,
simulator.
Okay, but like, I mean, true. But for me, it would be terrifying, especially when you're fighting the big fish on the boat.
Man, it's just because you're bad at playing the game.
Well, no, if it was in first-person VR, I have an irrational fear of being eaten by large aquatic creatures. like the concept terrifies me.
The concept of being in big water terrifies me.
It's very scary. There's shit down there, bro. We haven't seen most of it. We haven't even seen what you could constitute as a little bit of it. We've seen 0.05% of things.
So here's what
in
I
the
think
ocean.
here's how I think we solve this, right?
Uh-huh.
We just
Drain the ocean. Yeah. Yep.
we just drain the ocean.
We drain it all, store it, take a look at everything that's down there.
Yep.
Fill it back up when we're done.
Yeah.
Easy. Right?
We'll make a planet-sized water container, right? And we'll just float it above the surface.
Above the,
of
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
we'll put it in orbit around the Earth.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just have
perfectly
it,
safe.
Yeah, perfectly safe. Absolutely. Fuck. No, but like there's like, you know, that big
And
fish.
when we see Cthulhu down there,
time for the world to go, I guess.
and he just says, "Well, how are you doing, folks?
What's up, folks?" I just I love the ocean aesthetically.
I don't.
Aesthetically, pretty cool.
Terrible.
Water's cool. Scares the piss out of me. Like, I don't know if I'd ever I mean, cruises are probably fine, but just like,
No, I hate the idea
you're
of going
out
on a cruise.
you're out in the water.
I don't have the
You
safety of Earth.
You are fucked up if something goes wrong. Period. The end. No.
Yeah, no, I am not an aquatic creature. I will stay on land.
That's valid.
It's perfectly fine.
I enjoy.
And you need to be pro gamer enough to play Resident Evil 4, Darian.
Well, see, here's the thing. I just haven't done it, so maybe I can do it.
I've seen you try to play that game.
That was like 10 years ago, Josh.
Yeah, and I don't think you've ever improved as a gamer.
You're so mean.
Last time I saw you when what was it, like 3 years ago, when you were trying to play Bloodborne, quotes around try.
It was a half-hearted try.
Uh-huh.
Was that the last time?
I had to
that
beat
was the
Gascoigne
last-
for you.
Well, you cheesed Gascoigne for me.
It wouldn't be if that wouldn't be there if that wasn't an option.
Valid. Fair. If such a glaring oversight is exploitable consistently by everyone,
Yeah.
has to be a strategy. Sure, fine.
See?
Well, it's a new year. Hashtag
Okay,
new
good.
year, new me. Hashtag you're the gamer.
Oh man, so I was at the theater a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
And whatever her name showed up. And like
Whatever her name?
yeah, when she was like, and I am
Oh, Maria Menounos.
Maria Menounos. And
Pro
I was
gamer.
like gamer. And she was like moviegoer. And I'm like, no, you're a gamer.
Maria Menounos, pro
Don't
gamer.
tell me otherwise. You're a pro gamer.
Blessed. Oh my god. That's amazing. I love
Oh.
Maria Menounos.
Maybe less immaculate than I remember. There are a few wrappers and pizza boxes on the marble counter. I assume that's because Carl's parents aren't here to tell him not to be a slob. Flynn immediately heads up the stairs.
Yo, Carl.
I set the bag down on the table, and TJ sets the cake there too. I look over at him. You all right? Why do you care? I'm good. Why?
Damn.
Just asking. So, I rubbed the back of my head, trying to think of how to bring it up. What is it? Janice. Oh, yeah. TJ mirrors my pose, rubbing behind his own head. I'm actually really worried about her. We should go. That just makes us more incentivized to go check on her afterwards, right?
Absolutely.
Right, Chase?
Right, Chase?
And we'll do work with, help yard work.
She's
and
very
things.
clearly not able to do what she needs to do. Her faculties aren't there. We should help her.
We should do it. I mean, should we still go?
We do it.
TJ looks at me, surprised. Of course! Especially now. We need to make sure she's okay. Oh, yeah, maybe we should. I actually don't feel like we need to do that at all, considering she's probably just really, really high.
Chase, you piece of shit, damn.
Nah, Chase is right in this scenario. Would you go?
I mean, probably.
Would you want to go after that?
I mean, yeah. If I agreed to help her, you know.
No, see, that would make me think, she's so high, she wouldn't remember that we agreed to help.
But she did that while she wasn't high, Josh. She's not gonna do something while lucid, then get high and then forget what she was doing when she was lucid.
Are you saying that's not possible?
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's unlikely.
Then the chance is there.
I'm saying it's unlikely.
The chance is there.
You'd be more likely to forget something you did while you were high, not while you were completely lucid and working.
Well,
I mean, that's assuming that she wasn't on anything while she was working.
Well, there we go.
So I mean, do we really know Janice?
No.
See, there you go.
Do we really know TJ?
I don't know. Do we really know TJ?
I don't know. I like to think he's a cold-hearted killer, and the whole Christian thing is a front.
I see.
Yeah. I was going to suggest that we could at least postpone the visit until tomorrow, so she had time to calm down. TJ shook at my suggestion for me to has me holding my tongue for now.
Chase, you check in the back. TJ, downstairs.
Yes, to the basement. We'll throw the child. Leo barks at us before hauling past towards the hallway. We both look at each other before I shrug and head for the back door. I stare out the glass window on the door for a while, wondering why Carl would even be out there. The old playset with the swing is gone, and so is the treehouse that used to be in one of the two trees. The branch near the base of the tree that we used as a step has been cut away too. Carl and I used to play up in the treehouse all the time when we were younger. I open the door and step out onto the concrete steps. I feel a pang of sadness seeing it gone. I had a lot of memories up there. Shoving Carl off, it was great.
It was wonderful.
I can remember the day that we started building it. I mean, Carl's dad had built the base of it, but left the rest up to us. Duke, the old weasel, had a pile of random junk in his backyard, and he gave us permission to take from it as long as we cleaned it up. I told TJ that if we cleared up the pile, my dad would take us to the movies that night. We pretended to help clean up, even though we were just taking what we wanted from the treehouse. We hauled it away in a wagon, telling TJ that we were taking it to the corner for recycling or something, and that he should keep going.
Wow.
Of course, we didn't go back. I don't know why I thought we could get away with that. Apparently, TJ was there for 3 more hours before Duke came out and found out what had happened. I was grounded for the longest that I've ever been.
Good.
I cringe and close my eyes, face getting hot at the memory of being forced to apologize to TJ.
Man, I hate thinking about shit from when I was a kid like that.
What do you mean? Look, when I think about all of the, like, hilarious things I did as a child, I'm like, wow, I was cool even as a kid.
I mean, I did some cool things, but I did some pretty not cool things as a kid.
No, those are the same thing.
See, I don't really know if that's true.
No, those are the same thing.
No.
I'm like, wow, I was smart enough as a kid to game the system in this way.
Game the
Like,
system.
fuck.
Well, there's gaming the system and then there's just being an asshole.
Those are both the same thing.
I don't know if that's true.
And there's overlap.
Sure, in some cases, but one does not inherently mean the other. It just is what it is.
Fucking asshole. I mumble it to myself. We were especially cruel to TJ those couple of years. He probably deserved it. It was probably because of the age difference. Me and Carl had been 10. TJ was 8. For some reason, 2 years feels like 2 decades when you're that old. Still, there isn't really an excuse for how shitty I was to him. I mean, it was TJ. I think that's excuse enough.
Damn.
Even after what happened, we never let him up into the treehouse. I was a really shitty kid, but I know TJ doesn't hold it against me. Still, the idea of taking advantage of TJ's trusting nature is just terrible. I sigh, giving the rest of the yard a cursory glance, even though I know Carl's not out here. I'm a little worried, but I'm sure that's some sort of explanation for where he's gone. I turn back around, deciding to help with the search inside. And that's when I see a flash of fat orange and gray tail disappearing down the stairs. I blink. And Jenna walks past. I'm gonna go look into the garage. I don't think he's even in the house. Okay. After Jenna heads to the garage, I head for the stairs. The cool air wafting up from the dark hallway ahead of me is a marked contrast to the heat from the outside. I fan out my shirt a bit as I look at the multiple doors lining the hallway. The only open one is at the end of the hall, though, and I can hear a low voice coming from it. It's Flynn, that for sure. As I pad up to the opening, I can start to make out what he's saying.
But I just wanted you to know that I'm not mad at you, okay?
I don't hear a response as I stand just outside the door. From here, all I can see is a few cardboard boxes and a neatly made bed that probably hasn't been touched in years. A guest/storage room.
Come on, man, I'm trying. I was mad yesterday, and I shouldn't have fucking sent that.
Flynn's voice comes from further into the room, on my left. I grit my teeth, wavering between going in now or just hoping for the best and letting it play out. I need to go.
I was just trying to figure out.
Don't. I hear some rustling in the room, and that's when I realize that I have to step in. I hold onto the doorframe and poke my head inside. Flynn has TJ backed up against the wall, what looks like doors to a closet. TJ's cowering in the corner while TJ has a hand on the Lynx's shoulder, grabbing onto the fabric of his shirt. TJ's ears are pinned flat against his head, and he's looking up at Flynn with a grimace. When his ears flick to mine as he notices me.
Let me talk for a sec.
Flynn notices TJ staring over his shoulder, and he jerks his head in my direction. The second he sees me, his hand drops away from TJ's shoulder. I stare at him. We stare at each other for a few seconds, and I swallow loudly. You guys find Carl? My question sounds all the more stupid in the dead silence that follows. Flynn's gaze drifts to the wall over TJ's head, where he stares coldly for a few seconds, his jaw working furiously. I start to worry he's summoning up another one of his tantrums. Instead, after about 5 seconds, he turns on his heels and stares out of the room. I have to move out of his way as he brushes past me. When I look back into the room, TJ's already moving to stand in front of the mirror on the wall. He straightens out his shirt, then vigorously combs the fur on his face. He does a weird back and forth on his cheek ruffs with one of his hands, even though they look fine to me. TJ? TJ snaps his hands in my direction, one of his ears twitching. Are you okay? I'm okay. TJ says it fast and loud, giving his shirt one last tug. Let's keep looking for Carl. He makes a point of looking around the room. I don't think he's here. As he moves past me to leave the room, I grab his arm. He jumps and looks back at me, eyes wide. I quickly let him go, realizing just how closely I'm mimicking what Flynn had done just a minute ago. Do you want to... No. I blink in surprise. No, I don't want to talk about it. Sorry. His ears go down again, and he's looking at the floor. Let's keep looking. He turns away again, but I feel like I should say something more. I want to make him feel better, and get him away from Flynn. Do you want to go for a walk or something? TJ turns to stare back at me, questioningly. I mean, to keep looking for Carl. He's not in the house, so maybe he's gone somewhere around the town. TJ nods in understanding, the distressed look melting off his face. Oh, that could be a good idea. We should tell Leo. I feel a surge of relief at having been able to distract TJ, and now I want to keep that going. Okay, I think we should end the part there.
Alrighty.
So, yeah.
Love that drama.
Right?
Very good.
Right? We'll see you around, everyone.